2 years since the last upload I've ever made. I'm ashamed. Let's start off where we ended last time. The 3D printer. Doesn't look like it anymore, doesn't it? Just got taken apart. So that was the bed. And those were the new profiles where the old rails went into. And we ordered new rails. We got these, which are a bit longer. I've got longer screws as well. They're in the cabinet at my left. And in the process of rebuilding this one as well, I'm going to put a spindle on it. A big spindle. 3D printer is going to be a completely different machine. Well, that's the idea, at least. Water cooled spindle, 3 kilowatt. Water cooling is here, if you can see it. It's actually PC water cooling. There's like a 24 volt pump on there, PC radiator, 2 fans, blah blah blah, cooler to the flex chain. I need to change the tubing because I actually had the wrong fitting in there and it started rusting. Don't use steel fittings with water cooling, doesn't work. Use brass or copper or aluminum fittings, something like that. Even stainless works. But this whole thing is going to change. It's probably going to work temporary on the old rail system, on the old ball screw. I'm going to take it all out. I'm all going to change it with those rails and carriages. It's going to be a lot sturdier. It's going to be able to handle this guy because there's a bit of flex in it. But that's the plan for the CNC. I'm also getting a big mill. We ordered a Tormag 1100 sized. It's not a Tormag, but it's the same size machine. It should be coming in the next couple of weeks, and I'll keep you guys up to date. Oh yeah, big guy over here. This thing, yes, not the jerry cans, but the thing on wheels, is a giant centrifugal vacuum cleaner. We're gonna use it to cut wood on that one without making the whole shop messy. That should work fine. Workbench. So there's like a 10-meter long workbench. There's a lot of computer stuff on it right now because we're messing with those. Don't mind that sound. I'm recording on my phone. I'm probably going to get a dedicated microphone for it sooner or later. More preparing stuff. There's too much light. More shop prepare stuff over there, like paint and primer and all that. Vacuum cleaner. That's all going to go soon. I'm going to have a heating system over there, like that, which is going to be good for winter, which it doesn't need anymore because it's already summer. Well, spring. Getting summer. More servers over here, which is all going to scooch over. These just need to be processed and get rid of them. The actual control PC for the frame CNC is here. I think if you followed me on Instagram, you would have seen this because I've been building it for quite a while. I haven't worked on it for I think 6 months already. But quick overview, control board. It's still that USB CNC MK4. 4 motor drives because I'm going to do the Y-axis with 2 motors instead of 1. That one is to control the fans on the water cooling because I don't want them to blow 100% all the time, make a heck of a lot of noise. Spindle drive, which is Chinesium. Well, the whole drive and spindle is Chinesium, but why not? That's what I can afford right now. Backplate, still need to add a bunch of connectors in here because these are all the. I think these are like utilitary, like the end stops. These are all the motors, and they're all gonna have one of these for the encoders on the bottom. Power in. This power supply is actually from a big server. I think it was a networking server or something. And I have another one over there. There it is. But these babies are awesome if you want to do projects like this. Just let me quickly show you guys. Look at all that power. I mean, 42 volts, 30 amps almost. For motor drives that can go between 30 and 50 volts, that is awesome. I mean, one of these guys can power a bunch of drives and a bunch of steppers, no problem. So, put that back. There we go. More junk down here, which is more construction material, cables and stuff that all needs to be sorted. Small welding apparatus. cable boxes, just random stowaways. This one is interesting though. Here we've got all our tools. This is the metrology cabinet. There's not a lot in there yet. Calipers, dial gauges, got a machining level. I still need to fill this up. Still got a bunch that's not actually in here yet, but I want to put it in where I want it, so I need to think about it. Got wrenches and stuff down here, electrical stuff and screwdrivers down here, and I think down here it's nothing yet. It's just boxes. Oh, those here are those lead screws back there for the machine. They're actually hidden in here for now because I don't want to mess them up. They're expensive. Bunch of motors for little projects that are coming up. The machine, the Tormach-like machine, is probably going to sit here. If you're interested, it's going to be from the wall, goes to the left until about that line. And then almost here on the wall. Yeah, we've got a very low roof. Focus. We've got a very low roof. It's about 2 meters and 10, which is, it's annoying to get some machines in because we had a big lathe we could get. It just doesn't fit in here. Power sockets for other machines that we want to plug in. They've all got a network port as well. And then we got 220 in each. Focus. On the wall. Focus. Focus. There we go. So we got 380, 32 amps. We got just 220, and then we get a power socket. A network socket, sorry. Next up is desk area. And there's going to be a bit of noise behind us from this guy down here, which is a small server rack, which has a internet on top. This guy. That's our router for now. Well, it's not a router anymore, it's just our modem, because our router is actually there, that blinking guy. And there's another server for the surveillance system. There. Got a bunch of cameras up just to make sure nothing gets broken into, or at least when they do, we got your face. But yeah, desk area over here with 3 stations. That one over there is mine. And these 2 are my friends, which help me out in here, and we just generally have some fun in here. And then up there we got like these, we made these little cabinets out of MDF we can store stuff into. That's the radio, music, of course gotta have music, and the switch for all the ports down here, as well as the cameras. And I think up here, and I'll have that in the next video, but it's a bunch of end mills that need sorting, and I'll probably have that in another video up there. I got a small kitchen. Well, it's not yet a fully kitchen because we're still missing cabinets on the top. And there's these cabinets are going to go out and going to be new ones in, but that's where we got our food, coffee, and yeah, things like that. Toilets in there. Fire extinguisher because safety. Gotta have safety. As well as fire beepy thingy up there and CO2 beepy thingy over there. This was actually, and you probably see it on the floor, it's not a great floor, although it's very solid. We can definitely get, this floor can definitely carry some tonnage. It's just, it's not flat, but we think I can make it work with adjustable feet, and the machines won't care too much about it. But this actually used to be a barn, and we completely insulated the whole place because there used to be a door over here like that. There was a giant gaping hole in the wall. We closed it up, boarded it up, put insulation over it, drywalled it, and then over here there was no door, so we cut a hole in the wall, and there's going to be a toilet behind it, which is still under construction, so I'm not going to go in there now. But we completely drywalled it up, the whole thing, put in electricity from there. That's a cabinet. There was nothing in here. Cabinet is not finished, so excuse me for the mess. Let me open it up. still need to do a bunch in there, but we've got our power coming in. Those go to the 380 sockets. That's all our lighting stuff. And that's just like 220 lighting, server rack, blah 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 blah. It's going to be a power supply down here for the LED bar that's coming up here once the roof's in, because we're still going to do that like we have over here. We put in a drywall roof to keep that dust from hitting us, but it's annoying to put in, to say the least, as well as it is pretty expensive, because we're doing all of this ourselves. There's no outside contractors, there's nothing. We build everything. We paint it, we put it in, we prep it, everything. And I think we've been working on this now for about, I think it's coming up to 5 months now, sadly. So it's about time that it's getting finished, but for now, I think we're done. Like, we're gonna wait with this part until like a bit later down the line, till we have some time, because now we gotta prep for the machine to come in and be here, and maybe try and make this whole thing be worth something. And I hope you guys are gonna check that out later. Once the machine, I'll have a video once the machine comes in about us unloading it and everything. But yeah, all that we have here is like just a dump right now. Don't mess about this. This is all the old construction material. It's gonna go this weekend, and then we're gonna have this whole place here gonna be like a welding section or a dirty section, because that's a sliding door that we built, and in there is gonna be the clean stuff. It's like a closed cabinet CNC, so it should stay clean. And then out here, you can do the messy things like grinding and welding and all that stuff, because this one is a higher roof as well. We do have to fix those because there's water seeping in through those when it's a hard rainstorm. But yeah, chemical cabinet. It's not electrical. Just need to close up that hole, but that contains all the chemicals like brake cleaners and spray cans and things like that. So so it's not laying around and about everywhere. I hope that updated you guys, and yeah, it's actually weird to do YouTube videos again. Still doing this through my phone. It's probably going to stay that way for a while until I can get maybe a new camera. I'm not sure I'm going to do that yet, because the one I have now doesn't film. Well, it does, but it's like it stops on intervals because it doesn't like to continuously film, so it stops every like 10 minutes, which is really annoying. But yeah, I'm going to try and keep you guys up to date from all this stuff here. I'm getting dizzy now, making me dizzy. And then I can watch you guys in the comments here. So be nice. See you guys next time.